Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by my old friend Isaac Chamberlain, top cruiserweight, of course. Isaac, how you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. Hope you're well.
Yeah, I'm well, thanks. We obviously saw you out last year after a long period of inactivity. You got out twice in the space of 2 weeks. Couple of impressive performances. I think you were quite keen to push on, but then you had to have an operation on your shoulder, I believe. Just tell us a little bit about that.
It was a operation that's been long overdue. You know, since the Wadi Camacho fight where I pulled out my shoulder and had to put it back in. And you know, I was preparing for a title fight that Mick has set up for an international belt. And I was flying in camp, you know. I was doing 10 rounds with different sparring partners that day. And literally the last punch of the last round, I think we've done 10 rounds, the last punch of the last round, you know, my shoulder went. And obviously it was very, very painful. But I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just thinking about, hold on, maybe we don't need surgery. I could just still fight with it. I've done it before. But, you know, we came to the whole team came to the conclusion that, you know, it's best to just really look for the best surgeon in Europe. I forgot his name, though. Andrew Wallace, that's his name. Andrew Wallace, you know, to take a look and see what we have to do next. You know, so we did that. And he said it will definitely come out again. Like, he said he was shocked, that it hasn't come out since. But the reason why it hasn't come out since was we were doing we thought it was a muscular issue, but it wasn't a muscular issue. So we was working so hard on making the shoulders bulletproof, like really tough and strong. And we did that. And, you know, unfortunately, it was a bone issue. But, you know, now we've done the surgery. I've been on the mend, doing my rehab. I've been working really hard. You know, I'm just trying to see everything as an opportunity to work on other things. You know, that's all I've been doing, really.
So had you been struggling in some of your previous fights? Obviously, you said it was since it popped out against Wadi Camacho. Since then, you've had fairly long distance fights with Okolie, Watkins, people like that. Has it been hurting you then?
Yeah, it hurt the whole time. I know it's crazy that I'm even saying it now, but there's a reason why you see most of the fights, I wasn't really throwing my right hand. You know, I wasn't really throwing the straight right. You know, and everything was always starting off left jab, left hook, left body. Right hook to the body was working, right uppercuts were working, but the straight right I was never really throwing it unless I knew it was going to land, simply because of the pain that I was already feeling in that shoulder. You know what I mean?
So since you had the surgery, how's it been feeling in the gym, the shoulder, especially when you do throw that straight right?
Obviously, there's still like demons in the back of your head that's like, oh, it feels a bit funny, but I just have to build the muscular endurance on that side again, because it's still a bit weak, because it's been like 12 weeks since the surgery, so it's still a bit weak. But we're still rehabbing. I'm doing my rehab stuff every day, you know. So the shoulder's gonna come back a lot stronger. But the fact that I was fighting, you know, with only one arm, basically, it just shows, like, you know, how can I say it? I'm gonna be fighting with more of an array of different combinations and punches, because I'm gonna be introducing my right hand a lot more.
Yeah, and you've been fighting in good company. You've only suffered one defeat against someone whose next fight is for a world title, and I think he's the favourite in that fight as well. So considering you've done that with virtually one arm, that's pretty impressive and bodes well for the future.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, all I can do is just take small steps, you know, and keep just focusing on my progression and my career as a fighter, you know, on you know, one fight at a time, you know, one fight at a time. So we're really planning for the future, you know. I've been speaking to Michael, Sal, everyone. We're really planning for the future. And even with my coaches, we were going over game plans if we were going to fight someone like Ilunga Makabu, which is definitely on the list for me to fight very soon for the WBC world title.
When do you see that level of fight taking place, whether it's him or one of the other champions, towards the end of this year, beginning of next year? Because you need to get back out first and foremost.
Yeah, definitely. And I definitely believe I can do that by the end of this year. Definitely. Depending on how Mick wants to structure it, how the whole team wants to manage my career. You know, there's no problem, you know, fighting the champions, because I really want to immerse myself in the division, you know. I feel like, you know, I've been, thankfully to all my fans and my supporters, that, you know, I've still been in the light, even though I've suffered, you know, injuries and small setbacks where I've had inactivity. You know, I'm just grateful that I've had the people that have been there supporting me, and the supporters out there, you know, even if it's online, just supporting me. It feels really good, you know. And yeah, right now I'm just thinking of pushing on, you know, trying to find new levels of bettering my training and my recovery, and becoming a better all-round athlete.
So with that in mind, the fact that you want to push on, you want to get that sort of fight by the end of the year, does that mean your return fight is going to be maybe not the kind of easy ticking over type fight you'd normally expect when someone comes back from an injury?
We'll all have to see, because I've been asking Mick to get me a title fight straight after, but he was like, no, we need to do this the right way. So you know, it all depends on my team and what they think is better for me. Because me, I'm just the Rottweiler waiting to go out. They have to say yes or no to whoever, you know. So we're just gonna see what they have to say.
It must be quite nice for you, though, to have that relationship with Mick where, you know, he hasn't got a stack of headliners ready to go on Channel 5, but he's not pushing you against your own best interests to be ready for him. He's got your best interests at heart.
Oh yeah, 100%. You know, me and Mick, we've spoken a long time on the phone and everything. You know, we've spoken a long time on the phone, and I believe that. Right. And I believe that, you know, it will be a great, like, he has my best interests at heart, 100%. You know, he has my best interests at heart, and I believe that, you know, he's gonna put my career in very good stead. You know, because obviously with everything that he's done for me so far, I'm nothing but grateful.
And when do you think that return might be? Are we looking at kind of May time, do you think?
Probably end of April, early May, definitely.
Okay. So we'll be looking forward to that. While we've got you as well, I want to get your expert view on a couple of upcoming cruiserweight contests, if that's okay. And one of them, the obvious one, is obviously Okolie fighting against Glowacki for that world title. How do you see that panning out?
I think Okolie will be big and strong for him. You know, and Glowacki hasn't fought in a while, and he's just coming off of getting tested positive for COVID, unfortunately. So it's probably the best time to capture him. You know, to take his, but I think it's vacant or he has it. I don't know, but it will be the best time to beat a champion like him. And Okolie has a very awkward style, and that could pay dividends in the fight in someone like Glowacki, but he still has to be very, very sharp.
Is that a fight that you still like down the line? Obviously, once you get your world title, if he gets his as well, that could be a rematch for, you know, 2 belts at least.
Oh, 100%. You know, that'd be a great fight for British boxing as well. You know, both of us will have significantly improved since the last time we fought each other. You know, like even just looking back, you know, the way it was 2018 was very, very rushed for both of us. You know, the styles didn't really gel, and the occasion was a bit big for both of us. Do you know what I mean? Because both of us didn't really perform the way we wanted to. Do you know what I mean? So he got away with the win, obviously, and a lot of things have happened since then, you know, which I'm very, very grateful for. Because if I won that fight, I don't think that I would have made the necessary adjustments and changes I would in my whole career and even in my life in general. So I'm very, very grateful for that massive turning point in my career.
Although the result didn't go your way and the fight as a spectacle might not have been as good as you would have hoped, do you still take pride in the fact that at such a young age and so early in your career, you were headlining at the O2?
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, certain things, you know, you don't really understand. You just have to leave it to God, and it all happened for a reason. You know, it all happened for a reason, to gain the knowledge and the experience that I have today. So I'm very, very grateful that that happened, and you know that I even got to do that, because most people don't do that their whole career.
Mm.
You know, no matter how many titles they won or nothing, they still haven't done that. So I'm very, very grateful to have done that.
And another fight I want to pick your brains on is actually on the same bill for the vacant British title, and that's Chris Billam-Smith and Deion Jumah, again in your weight class. How do you see that one panning out?
That's a very, very interesting fight. Both two clashing styles, which will be very, very exciting. You know, Deion Jumah is very slippery, he's very slick. You know, Billam-Smith kind of has had the better opposition, you know, and I think both of them will be tested. I think Deion hasn't really been hit properly yet. So if he's been in a hard fight, if he gets hit, we'll see how he reacts. You know, Billam-Smith is a good boxer, you know, but let's see how he deals with someone that's very slippery and has good defense in a way, you know, and a southpaw as well. So yeah, it's a very, very good, exciting fight between two hungry competitors. You know, these guys are very, very good boxers in the cruiserweight division. So it'll be exciting to watch.
And although you've got your eyes very much on the world scene now, do you kind of miss those domestic rivalries? Because you did fight, you know, Camacho, Okolie, Watkins. You've had your share of domestic opposition. Do you miss being involved in that and, you know, those big bills and stuff?
You know, it really, I wouldn't say I don't really have any emotion to it, to be honest. I'm just one of those guys. I'm just like really waiting to see what is out there for me, you know, and I'm just waiting. I'm just planning out what, you know, Mick and the people behind me have going for my career. If they want me to go down that route, I will go down that route. But it's one of those, I'm just chasing after the belts, man. Just the belts and the titles, and I know I can really do it. You know, it's just about showing it because I've had first-hand experience sparring and fighting. I mean, sparring these cruiserweight champions over in Miami, in Ukraine, everywhere, and I've more than held my own against them. You know, I don't want to say no names of who I've been beating up, but you know, I definitely believe that I can do that, and it's all about showing it when I fight, showing the potential that I have to be a great champion live on Channel 5.
Yeah, I'm glad you got that in at the end. Well, we really look forward to seeing you back live on Channel 5 on a Hennessy Sports show in the spring. But until then, best of luck with rehabbing the shoulder. And yeah, we're looking forward to the return.
Thank you. It's always great speaking to you, man.
And you, mate. You take care. I'll speak to you soon.
Bro, take care, Danny.